Hello, this is Alfred Miller, a teacher at Berkeley Adult School, and today I'm going to make this tutorial video for helping our academic department staff complete their TOPS Pro updates. Remember, completing these TOPS Pro updates is really important. It shows our student accomplishments, the success of our classes and programs, and we get money based on the learner results. Thus, it's really important that we accurately complete the updates to maximize the amount of money that we get. I will be providing you with the necessary responses to the update questions as we proceed through the tutorial video for many different student scenarios. Before doing your updates, make sure you have your list of high school graduates and GED passers. You will be completing the updates for groups of students at a time. This makes the process much quicker and easier. In this tutorial, I am breaking down the students into the following but necessary groups: the students who were no-shows or less than 11 hours attended, students who earned their high school diploma, students who passed the GED, students that attended 12 or more hours but did not get a job, did not retain their job, did not enter post-secondary education, and did not enroll in training. Students that attended 12 or more hours who got a job, students that attended 12 or more hours who retained a job, students that attended 12 or more hours and entered post-secondary education, students that attended 12 or more hours and entered training. I will include a file in the video description underneath this actual video that has a download link to a file that will include these groups as well as the responses that I'll be offering you for the various scenarios. With that said, we're ready to start completing our updates. First, I'm going to go to our online web attendance system. If you're on a school computer, click the web attendance system tile on the Windows 8 start screen. I'm not using Windows 8, so on Windows 7, you may have an icon on the desktop called Web Teacher Attendance. I do, so I'm going to double click it. Worst case scenario, if you don't, you open your Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, or Google Chrome, and you click in the address bar and you type in asap.berkeley.net/WTA and press enter, and you will be at the Web Teacher Attendance System. I'm going to click in the user ID box and I'm going to type in my user ID. I'm going to press tab and move to my password box. If you prefer, you can click in the password box. Next, I type in my password and then I press enter, or you can click login, whichever you prefer. It's asking if I want to save my password. I'm going to say no. Next, I need to look at the section number on the left-hand side and choose the appropriate class that I need to do updates for. Remember, fall semesters start with FS and end in 01. Spring semesters start with an SS and end in 02. So I'm going to do it for this class here. And it opens up my list of students. Verify that this is the correct list of students that you want to be doing your updates for. If it isn't, you need to click Home and try again. Otherwise, if it is correct, which mine is correct, I'm going to click TOPS Pro in the upper right. Next, I'm going to click Master TOPS Update. At this point, it's really important before we start completing the form that we have a list of every student. And in order to do that, you're going to click here where it says Enrollment Status, click it, and choose Show All. Next, I'm going to complete the updates for our first group of learners, which were the no-shows, ones who attended 11 hours or less. Very easy to complete these students. Date of class update, this is always going to autofill, so you're never going to have to fill that out, but it helps to look at it just in case. Status, you just simply mark no-show or did not attend at least 12 hours. Then you scroll down to your list at the bottom here, and on the left-hand side, there's a pick column, and you pick the students who have 11 or less hours. So here's one of mine that has 11 or less. Here's another, and here's another. All I have to do now is click Save Changes, and it puts me back to the top of this blank form, but it recorded those updates for the other students. Now I'm going to move on to my second group, which are the high school diploma, those who earn their high school diploma. So once again, date we don't need to fill out. For status, we're going to mark left, then progress question, we choose completed. Reason for exiting, completed program. Then I'm going to scroll down to the learner results. Learner results are broken down into categories: work, personal, family, community, education. For work, I like to mark for any student I feel that attends at Berkeley Adult School, they've most likely gotten some workforce readiness skills. You can mark any others that apply in the work area. Personal family, I feel that all students that come back to school are meeting a personal goal at least, but you can mark others if they apply. So you're going to find that in pretty much every update, you're going to mark acquired workforce readiness skills and met personal goal if you think it applies to your students. I'm going to scroll down some more to the education section. And in the education section, it is vital that you mark earned high school diploma. Also, you can mark in here return to K-12 if that's something they did, or gained computer or tech skills if you like to use some of the technology in your classes. Next, you're going to choose your instructional level. So I'm going to choose my instructional level. Now that puts me at my list of students again, and I'm just going to use the picker to pick some of the students that I know passed the high school diploma. They earned their high school diploma. So I'm going to choose a couple more here. And of course, you'd be comparing this to the list that you were given. Then you have to be sure to click Save Changes. Now I'm ready for my third group of people, the folks who passed their GED. Once again, the date, don't worry about it. Status, left. Progress, completed. So that's progress question, completed. Reason for exit, completed program. Scroll down to your learner results. For work, once again, I usually mark acquired workforce readiness skills, but choose others if they apply. Personal family, I choose met personal goal, choose others if they apply. Community, choose anything if it applies. Education, it is vital you marked past GED. If you want to, you can mark return to K-12. I usually mark gained computer or tech skills because I use technology in my class. I mark my instructional level. Once again, I drop down here to the picker, and I'm going to pick a few of my students who I know passed the GED according to the list that I was given. And then I can scroll down to the very bottom, click Save Changes. Now I'm ready to do my fourth group of students, which is the students who got 12 or more hours but did not get a job, did not retain a job, did not enter post-secondary education, and did not enroll in any type of training. For this, once again, for date, we don't need to change it. For status, you need to mark retained. Then for progress, write progressed. Next, you're going to leave the reason for exit blank because the assumption is they'll probably come back. Now, you can still go to your learner results and mark things that apply. So in this case, I'd still like to mark for work, acquired workforce readiness skills. For personal family, met personal goal. And in education, they still may have returned to K-12, and I think that they gained computer or tech skills. Then you choose your instructional level, and then once again you're at your student picker. So these are people who have 12 or more hours that did not get a job and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to mark a few of my people who I know that this applies to. And then I'm going to go click Save Changes. Keep in mind you can do these updates for as little as one person to many, but the whole point of this is you have a much larger class than I do, so you can do it for a lot of people at a time. Now I'm going to go ahead and choose my students who attended 12 hours or more and got a job. Once again, date of class update, I don't need to change. Status, I'm going to choose left. For progress, I'm going to choose progressed. For reason for exiting, I'm going to mark got a job. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down, and I'm going to look at my work, and of course you need to mark got a job. Really, really important there, of course. And I would still mark acquired workforce readiness skills because maybe it helped enhance what they do on the job or the fact that they're getting their job. Personal family, once again, they met a personal goal, and also in this case it could be they met a family goal, but you can mark those if you think they apply. For education, you might want to mark gain computer or tech skills, and of course if they return to K-12, feel free to mark that as well. Choose your instructional level, then you choose any of your students who you know went out and got a job. So I actually only have one that I'm going to mark for that because they actually told me. I actually have two, so I'm going to mark two. Then I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to click Save Changes. Next, I'm going to do another group of learners who attended 12 or more hours and retained a job. So they were working and they stayed on the job and retained that job. Once again, the date we don't need to change. Status, we're going to mark left again. For progress, we're going to mark progressed. Reason for exit, I like to mark met goal because it's not really that they got a job and they didn't complete the program. It just meets a lot of what our students might be doing. So under learner results, it's very important in the work section you mark retained job. Also, you should probably mark acquired workforce readiness skills. For personal family, go ahead and mark met personal goal again. That's usually what I do, but that's up to you. Under education, I usually mark gained computer or tech skills, and once again, most of your students, you might mark return to K-12. Instructional level, simply click your instructional level, then use your picker again and pick the students that this applies to. So in this case, I only have one person. So I pick them here, and then or her, and I click Save Changes. Now I'm on to my next group of students who attended 12 or more hours and entered post-secondary education. Date, I'm not going to change it because it autofills. Status, I'm going to choose left. Once again, progress, I'm going to choose progress. Reason for exit, once again, met goal. Then for work, once again, you can choose things like acquired workforce readiness skills. And then you go to personal family if you want to mark met personal goal, whatever applies there. But very, very important that in education you mark entered college. And any of the others that apply if they earned a certificate you give, whatever it may be. Choose your instructional level, and I'm scrolling down once in a while as you all can see. And then once again I'm at my student picker, and I'm going to pick the students that this applies to. Make sure you scroll to the bottom and click Save Changes. We're going to be on our final group of updates now. We're going to do the group of students who have 12 or more hours and entered training. Date autofills, so I leave it alone. Status, I'm going to choose left. Then I'm going to choose progressed for my progress. I'm going to choose met goal. I'm going to scroll down to the learner results area for work, acquired workforce readiness skills, and any others that apply. Personal family, I usually do mark met personal goal and any others that you think applies. Education, feel free to mark, and you should mark entered training. So entered training programs, the important one that you must do with this group of people, and I usually mark gained computer or tech skills. I choose my level once again. I go down to my picker and I choose the students that this applies to. That was our final group of students, but we still need to click Save Changes. Now, before you proceed on, it's a good idea to scroll down to the bottom of your list and look at your student picker, and in this right-hand column, TOPS Pro Update exists. If you have a check mark from everybody, you've done everybody. If you haven't done everybody, you would just complete the form for the people who you didn't do it yet. Remember, you could do this form for just one student and pick that one student in the picker at the bottom. Otherwise, you can simply do it for the group of students by using the picker and picking multiple students. When all is said and done, if you added more students, you would click Save Changes, and then you can just click Close. Once you do that, you return to your list of TOPS Pro for the section we're doing this for. And usually, speaking, you'll have an update check mark over here after this refreshes. So example is if I go back to home, and then I go back into this section, and I go to TOPS Pro, it now shows an update for everybody, which you should have known. And if you want to verify any of the information that you updated on that person, you can actually click this update link. You shouldn't have to do this if you did the process correctly, but some of you may want to look back at what did I really mark for this person, did I get it correct? and you can verify and make any changes here. I'm hoping you don't have to do any of that, and in fact you shouldn't have to do it, but in case you weren't sure if you marked somebody correctly, that would be a good method to do. So when you're all said and done doing your updates, all you need to do is click log out. That's all there is to it. You can close your internet browser, and I hope you're able to complete your updates in about the same amount of time that this video did. Good luck. Take care. Bye-bye.